Just so you guys know and don't have to waste your time because you're on my lawn. Get off my lawn, hit the like, subscribe, notify, the 13, blah, 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 whatever. It's scrap. Don't even bother. So we pulled the old well. This thing's been here for longer than I've been here, and I've been here for 20 years. Never touched it. Just, it was kind of an eyesore. And that's what's left of it. As we're getting ready to sell, I want to see if this pump and this impeller setup is actually any good. Waste not, want not. The way this actually worked, was you had one line come in here. This is an overpressure valve. So if you had too much pressure, it would drop back down into the well. This is the impeller. This is the motor. That is the pressure gauge, which is showing 30 pounds, and there's not 30 pounds in here because it's completely, no. This is a pressure tank. It's called a well troll. And I've done these before. So what we want to do is we want to remove this housing. What I'm going to do first, see if we can get the camera open there. Sorry for the poor video quality. So we have a what's called a reverse coupling nut. Let me get that off the tank. I'd have to actually get something bigger there. So sometimes you say you need a bigger hammer. Sometimes you just need a bigger wrench. So some of you guys know I've been collecting tools since I was about 14 or 15 years old, just because I think they're cool. This one is not a lefty-loosey or a tighty, it's a righty-loosey. And it's not going to move. Might have to do some heat on this one. This is all galvanized pipe. This is not coming off. Time to get the big boys out. Now we've got two 5/8 scraps that go on the tank to hold this in. And you see there's no more connections here. This is it. Let's get this platform off. Question is, does it run? Okay, got this back into the studio. We're going to see if this motor's any good, and we'll go on to the impeller. So, my last pipe video, somebody was asking me what I'm smoking. This is actually Captain Black Royal from pipes and cigars. No, I don't have anything with them, but that would be nice. So I've got a test plug here that I've used for many years, and it's actually quite dangerous. You plug this in, it does go live. So, working with the extension cord that is unplugged on both sides, I'm going to go ahead and wire this motor up correctly. I don't want to run it through the pressure relay because I don't have any pressure on it right now. Some of that crud out of there. So, just looking what's what. That's going to be white. Should be enough for him to slide this underneath. Manufacturers really don't like you doing this, but it's the quickest way to test power. Let's work here. Ground and common side first. Okay, that's in. Clamp that down. That way it's also isolated in the box. And I do have a second circuit breaker and surge protector on this circuit, just because I do some semi-dangerous stuff once in a while. So, what we have done here is we have bypassed the outer terminals, which is where a normal power line would come in. And we've taken it directly to, oops, this one didn't hit, directly to the motor side. Out of there. There's a bit of crud in this. There we go. The reason you want to keep this kind of tight is you will end up sparking if you don't have a good contact. There we go. Now, this motor doesn't actually have a ground to it, which I find kind of interesting, but it's running on 110. So there is a ground screw here. Can't quite get to it, so I ain't gonna worry about it too much. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna charge the line. Actually, and we'll see if this thing works. Okay, so we have power going to the motor. You heard it going, which means the motor's locked up, which means it's probably the impeller. So the next step, after I disconnect all this, I'm going to go ahead and pull off the impeller, and we'll do a little one on that. Okay, I shot this with a little bit of blaster. It's not WD-14, but there's no water in here. What's happened is this is cast iron and these are steel, so there's been a chemical attachment to those. So most manufacturers, they tend to use the same bolt size through just about everything. So this one happens to be 9/16. I'll show you a little trick here. do it like that, you have torque. And you lose it. Do it like this. And if this one doesn't work, we have another way to do this. There we go. I'm not all that worried if this breaks. If I was trying to save the threads on this, what I would do is there's a little bit of thread here, so I would squirt some of this stuff in, back it in, back it out. When it went dry, do the same thing over and over and over again, and clean them out. A little trick learned from doing automotive exhaust. You see just how rusted that was. So everything from here back was just in the housing. Everything from here forward is actually in the cast iron. Once again. So the other trick that you can do is you can get a black steel pipe or a galvanized pipe fairly thick, put it over the top of that, increase your leverage. Another way to do that is with a very cheap closed-in long wrench. And the reason I say cheap is it tends to distort the pattern itself on the wrench. This thing over here. Oh, good Lord. Get off my lawn. Yeah, I was going to say it anyway. Okay, so I'm going to flip this over. We still have the electrical attached, but it's unplugged completely. Completely. This one's being a little bit stubborn. Someone know. So if any of you guys out there have pools, it's much the same thing. What drives your pool pump? Pretty much the same idea. So electrical motor into an impeller, water in, water out. That's it. How fast the water goes depends on the size of the impeller and the torque of, or the horsepower of the motor. And why they're rating horsepower, I don't know. Because they're a motor, not an engine, so it shouldn't. This one might snap on me. I'm not behaving. Try not to get it to snap, even though I'm throwing away the bolts and stuff. Don't want to do that. There we go. So all of this is just to see if the motor's any good. I can get another impeller and use this on another project down the road. That's out. I would guess this motor's been rebuilt at least once because they've repainted it, and the wire is all painted. So now let's see if we can bust this thing loose. Might have to get the pry bar out. We'll start with the small pry bars first. There it goes. There should be a rubber sealant between these two. Just go around with that. Yep, there it goes. I really don't want to break the ears because I'd like to reuse that. We'll go ahead and cut that. And what this is a pressure line. When it reaches a certain pressure, shut that off. You can see this impeller is completely locked up. The seal is toast. Now, I would say this piece of crap. That's spelled with an S. Impeller, same thing. This has outlived its long. So, all this work, and it goes into the scrap pile. Right now, scrap is $9.31 a hundred. So, this might be about 40 cents worth of scrap. But at least you guys got to watch me sweat at this. Hit that like, subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Love having you here. Get off my lawn. Don't tell the wife I did that.